Hi, third grade, it's Miss Rennis, and for our book today, we're going to be reading my very favorite book in the whole wide world. It's written by Malcolm Mitchell and illustrated by Michael Robertson. And today, you're going to be thinking about your very favorite book in the whole wide world, because we're going to be sharing those with the class, and hopefully, maybe you'll pick one of those books up that you hear about at the public library over the summer for summer reading. I hope all of you are going to join the summer reading program over the summer for the public library. And if you need some ideas on what to read, I'm sure maybe your classmate has a great suggestion that you never heard of before. So we are going to start our book. Hi, I'm Henley, and this is a story about finding my very favorite book in the whole wide world. But it wasn't as easy as it sounds. Reading can be hard, you know. Once upon a time, everyone thought that I hated to read, but that's just not true. In some books, the words are too big, the sentence is too long, and there are way too many pages. In other books, the pictures have zero to do with the cool things I like to do or with what's inside of me. I do try, but some books are so giant that if I stood on them, I would turn into a giant. Other books are so boring, I'd rather use them as pillows. When I'm supposed to be reading homework, I'd rather play football in the backyard. When I'm asked to read the cookbook to help make dinner, I would rather see how many grapes I can fit into my mouth. Once I took a wagon full of books to the town swimming pool to find out how good they would swim. When I tried to read books about dinosaurs, it made my brain hurt. So I gave the books back to the dinosaurs. I've tried reading books about mountains, pickles, aliens, monsters, cats chasing mice, and mice chasing cats. I even found a book about cats chasing mice up a mountain while aliens ate pickles with monsters. But none of those books made reading any easier or more fun. But that all changed when Mrs. Joy gave the worst homework assignment ever. Find your very favorite book in the whole wide world and bring it to school tomorrow. It can be a book about anything. Just make sure you love it because you'll be sharing it with the class. The school bell sounded like 100 horns blowing in my ear. Thinking about this yucky homework assignment gave me a super duper big headache, and it made my hands all sweaty. On the way home from school, I stopped by the mighty library hoping to find any book that could be my very favorite. My friends went into the library ahead of me. When it comes to finding books, I'm not so fast. Inside, there was a nice man sitting behind a jumbo-sized desk. I asked him if he could help me find my very favorite book in the whole wide world. He showed me books about science and adventure and squishy animals. He flipped through the pages of books about flags, farms, and holidays. He'd found plenty of books with twisty big words, sentences as long as my legs, and pictures that tangled the pages. Ugh, it gave me the heebie-jeebies. When I saw my friends in the middle of the library having fun and reading, I felt more lost than ever. The next place I tried was Mrs. Rackley's bookshop. Maybe she could help me find my favorite book. Mrs. Rackley did what she does best. She brought piles and piles of books. I looked and I looked and I looked, but I couldn't call any of them my very favorite book in the whole wide world. All of those pages and all of those words made my eyes tired. I realized it was going to take a book of miracle to find my very favorite book. I grew a sad face and stomped all the way home. Mama was unloading the dryer, and she could tell that I was having a crummy day. I told her all about the worst ever homework assignment. The librarian and Mrs. Rackley tried their best to help me find a book, but it was no use. I'll never find my very favorite book in the whole wide world. With a voice as warm as rolls from the oven, Mama said, "Henley, sometimes the best stories can be found inside ourselves." After a sweet kiss on the forehead, Mama's words lit me up inside. That's when I had a brilliant idea. The very next morning, I could hardly wait for my turn to share my very favorite book in the whole wide world. I stood proud as all eyes in the reading circle stared at me. Everyone thinks I hate to read, but that's not true. Yes, some words are too big and some sentences are too long, but that's not my biggest challenge. Before today, I just hadn't found a book I wanted to read. I hadn't found the words or pictures or pages or sentences or subjects that showed me. So last night, I wrote a book. It's called My Very Favorite Book in the Whole Wide World. It's about a big, fat, bumpy journey to finding the perfect book. My book has words and pictures and pages that show me, and that show you me. When I started reading my book out loud for everyone to hear, I struggled, but soon my words began to flow. The pictures I drew danced off the pages. Everyone can have a very favorite book in the whole wide world, even if they have to write it. When I was done telling my story, all of my classmates clapped and cheered. My teacher gave me a gold star on my homework, and that's the truth. The end. Boys and girls, today what you're going to be doing is you are going to be sharing your very favorite book in the whole wide world. You're going to write the title and the author if you know it, the genre there, you're going to circle it, what characters are in it, the personality of those characters, what the characters look like. You're going to draw a little picture of your character there. What is the book about? What is your favorite part? And then you can draw your favorite part of the book down here. And then how would you rate it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I'm assuming 5 stars if it's your very favorite book in the whole wide world. Also, maybe you're like Malcolm. Maybe you don't have a very favorite book in the whole wide world. This summer is a great opportunity for you to write a book. And when you write a book, boys and girls, I will put it here in the library. I'll put a cover on it to protect it. I'll put a back cover on it. It'll get spiral bound so it can be right here in the library for you to see, to look at, to enjoy when you come for checkout next year. So boys and girls, think about those books. Think about writing a book and keep on reading. Bye.